Welcome guys. This video I will address requests from one of the subscribers about how to set your tools, so technically measure your tools on the material. So considering that you don't have the sensor, and let's just go over the sensor and show you guys how to measure your tools with the sensor once again, just to make this video more clear and informative, to show you two ways to set your tools. Okay, so I have an 80 tool over here that has been measured, but I'll do it again just for demonstrational purposes. Okay, let's start all over. Okay, soft key. In the position mode, go to tool data. As you see all the options, we're picking to measure. Once we press the measure unit on, arm's gonna come out. To get it pretty close, I'll use a handle 1000. Once I'm very close to the sensor, I'm gonna bring it to 100, just to keep it from crashing into the sensor. Sometimes it will react and it will stop you from ripping it off the arm, but technically I wouldn't want to risk it. Now, I always measure my Z's first and then axis. It's a habit that I formed because I used to sometimes, measure X and then I remember if I measured the Z. So now, if I measure the Z and my tool is here, that I know I didn't measure my X yet. Okay, so I'm close enough. Okay, I'm gonna press the button, tool I measure. Once you press this, you're gonna notice your tool handle is gonna change to 1. That I mean it's very slow. And I'm gonna move in and out. So right one's gonna be away from the sensor, Z is into the sensor, okay? And first what I do, I will go out to make sure it's traveling very slowly. And now I'm gonna bring it in to make sure that I'm not on a rapid or different option. Okay, now that it clicked and the red light is off, and I usually pay attention to my numbers if my numbers changed a lot, and they did. Okay, gonna go back. Now I'm pressing handle 1000 again. Okay, right here I have my X-axis engaged, and I'm gonna go on a plus rotation, just to make sure. So this one, I'm gonna rotate this right side, and that's gonna take my thread up. Now I'm shifting, okay, my axis knob to Z axis. I'm gonna bring it close. Okay, I'm close enough. So once again, I go to tool measure. My handle is on 1. And to bring it down, obviously, is to touch sensor, but I'm gonna press X up. Okay, it's moving very slowly. Now I'm pressing X. I'm gonna look at my Z. Sorry, my X, you saw a slight number change. Okay, the measure censored. I'm gonna go back here. Now I'm gonna move away from the sensor. Give it a little space. Okay, as you see, I have a little space. Okay, now I'm gonna press 1000 handle Z, and I'm gonna clear my tool. As you see, my tool is clear, and I'm gonna shut off the arm, which is gonna be off. Once I press the off, the arm's going back to the housing position. Okay, so my tools are set. What if you don't have an arm? Like some of the old machines don't have an arm. There's two things you can do. So imagine that this is already 0, it's cleaned up. Okay, that's where I'm gonna start all the cutting. Let's see, I'm gonna pick the other tool, which is a 35R, because it's got a 16,000 radius. Okay. And what's gonna happen, for example, I'm gonna change its Z position to like whatever, different numbers. So there's two ways to do it. Number one, I can bring my tool as close as possible. Okay, I'm gonna drop it. Now I'm pressing from 1000 to 100, okay, to slow it down, and I'm gonna put on a Z-axis. Okay, we're pretty close. And I cannot show you because this will require two hands and I'm holding a camera, but pretty much you take a shim, okay, you put the shim in between, and you're coming slowly and you're moving the shim, right? Once your shim is stuck, that means your tool is right on that part. This is a 1000 shim. You can use a piece of paper and whatnot. That will get you pretty close, okay? Or what you can do also, okay, as you see the part, okay, I'm coming closer and closer on 100 mode, handle mode. So that means it's moving 1000. See it touch the part? You see it is ring. So what I can do, I can, let's say, as you see on the clock, I can backthrow away 1000. So right now it's minus 125, 124, and technically I'm almost right there, right? So that's gonna get you pretty close. You can also pick that 10 handle mode, and that's gonna get you very, very, very close if you need to be exactly, down to like the like micro numbers. So this is what I can do. So, and I'll show you the differences on some machines. Depends on your parameters. This is gonna work. So let's say we're gonna go to your tool data. Okay, this is gonna be our tool. This is a tool set Z. I'm gonna click on this, okay, and I'm gonna press teach. As remember, you guys, when you press teach, you're teaching the tool. We want this tool, we want it to, we're teaching the tool that this is our tool position 0. Okay, we saw the number shifted. Go to the position and look at this number. So the number is actually much different. And we know that this should be actually 0. So this is what you do. If this is not gonna change, it's because it depends on the parameters you have in the machine. Write this 1. So like I'll write it minus 1.422, 4 and 2. This is only with Z. It's not with the X. It's actually the teach works. Okay, so I'm gonna go left soft key, tool. Okay, 35. I'm gonna go to this number and I'm gonna press it increment, okay? And the increment is gonna be what I wrote down on the number, because by that number we have to subtract that number for us to get it to 0, okay? So I'm gonna press minus 1.422, 42. Okay, we're gonna hit the enter. And remember, once again, the increment has to light up. I'm gonna press enter. Change was adjusted in a tool Z. You're gonna go to the position number. And as you see, okay, now this tool is matched exactly with the previous tool that faced the part. Okay, so we're gonna back away on a Z. Okay, and then we're gonna go higher. Okay, I'm gonna touch the RPM and be very, very careful. Let's say you have a part that's not finished, right? Like this one, for example. I'm gonna come down here I'm gonna drop it on an X a little bit. Now you see it's taking some part away. I'm gonna back it up, and I'm counting my rotational moves, right? So 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what I did, I dropped it by 10,000. Okay, so I'm gonna skim cut the part. You need to skim cut enough where you can measure the part. Okay, so this side didn't clear yet. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it. Okay, I'm gonna switch to X, and I'm gonna drop another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm handle mode. I'm gonna press on Z. Okay, and I'm gonna hit it one more time. I'm gonna retract it. I'm gonna press 1000 handle mode. When you retract, some people, when you retract, it might remove very small amounts of material still, but you can stop here, go 10,000 higher, backtrack, and then go 10,000 lower. So I just went, for demonstrational purposes, I just backed it up, okay? So I have enough part that it's clear. There's still a little bit material uncut, like that didn't clear up. But for most part, all I need is 180 degrees from each other to be clear to measure the actual material, right? So this is 1.5 inch part. So I'm gonna grab, let me see. Let's say 1 to 2 inches mic. Okay. I'm gonna measure the material. Okay, the material is showing me 1 inch and 489. 1 inch and 489,000. 1489. So I go here. I go to tool, and just to show you, it's showing me 1 inch and 488, right? So close enough. Let's say you want to be like super precise. So we go to tool data, general out. Okay, we're here. We go to tool X. You press it. You press the teach. So increasement it was in the previous one. On some machines, teach will also work on a Z, except drills. So teach. Okay. Go 1. 489. Okay, we're gonna press enter. Some value changed over here. Then you go to the position, look at the machine, it's showing you 1488.99. So technically it's, I don't know why sometimes it's still like the tenths of an inch, but technically it's 1489. So for your X you do teach. Okay, once again, let me see. For your Z, you can try teach. If the teach gives you a different number once you go to position on 0, then do increment whatever the number is. If it shows you -1 inch, press -1 inch with an increment. On X, you always use teach. That's the same concept for internal boring bar. If you have a hole, getting there with the boring bar, skim cut it, measure it with a mic or micrometer, whatever tools you're using. You teach, input the number, always go back to the position, and make sure that the number you put in it's right there. So this is how you teach your tools on off of material. And once again, same thing is just to kind of show you that, like, if you do have a part, let me go a little bit higher, or you will not change your Z position. For example, go a little bit deeper, as I'll show you right now. This is 16.6, and so you want to shift 10,000, or you skim cut, you can calculate minus 10,000, setup info, go here, press teach. If you own 0, you put nothing here, you just press the enter. Okay, this changed, go to the position, and now as you see, from minus 10,000 it shifted to 0. Or you can always go to increment and then press minus 10,000. So you touch off the part, then you go minus 10,000. You want to remove 10,000. In increment, press enter. Now it's gonna show us it's minus 20,000 or minus or plus 10,000 because I didn't put in it. So the actual position is teach. Increment, it will shift where you from right now or where the machine was previously. Alright guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.